What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. In my last video, I talked about the Bears and basically caught up in the NFL since that was my first Madden video in a couple of months. And this time, we're playing with the Cincinnati Bengals, and we're going to talk about their season last season. We're going to talk about any moves they made. We're going to talk about what is reasonably expected out of them, who they might draft, things like that. Kind of like what we did with the Bears, except not nearly as much free agency to talk about as there was with the Bears, as we actually get a pick there, so good job by the Bengals defense there. But yeah, the Bengals, they went 9-8, and Joe Burrow had a season-ending injury midway through the season. So it's safe to say their season didn't go to plan. I mean, if your star quarterback gets injured, there's really only so much you can do. And they did almost make the playoffs, but I don't think they would have gone very far without Joe Burrow. But they're hoping they don't have him get injured again, because they've had some really bad luck with him in his rookie year, and he got injured this year. And he got banged up last year, too. Or wait, it was the preseason he got banged up in, not last season, my bad. But yeah, they need to focus on Joe Burrow's durability. And they actually did recently, a couple of days ago, I think, signed an offensive lineman. They signed Trent Brown to help with their offensive line, which is big for them because they still need some help there. Because Joe Burrow does not have as much time to throw as other QBs do because of his offensive line. And the fact that he's getting hit over and over does not help with the injury concern as well. But, I mean, yeah, that's a good signing for him. I know a lot of people who are watching this probably have no idea who that is, but he is an offensive lineman, and offensive line is very important for this team moving forward as they get another pick. As the Bengals on Madden are deciding to play really good. Not really talking about them though. Maybe I should. As right now it's first down and goal at the 2. Joe Mixon, who is no longer on the team. We got to talk about some of their departures though. Joe Mixon is no longer on the Bengals because he is going to play for the Texans. He signed with the Texans in free agency. I brought that up in my last video. And let's see. I can't remember if Tyler Boyd got signed by a team yet. He might have. If not, I'm sure he will. And then T. Higgins requested a trade, but I mean, the free agency deadline ended on March 17th, so that might not be valid until we get closer to the season. And what else happened? Oh yeah, Justin Fields, as soon as I make the Bears video, gets signed by the Steelers. And that's not really that important for the Bengals. I mean, I guess unless you want to factor in that the Steelers play in the Bengals division. But, I mean, I couldn't not bring that up. I just made a video on the Bears, and then that happens right after. It's just unfortunate timing, I guess. But, yeah, Justin Fields is no longer on the Bears. And I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. It's just something I had to bring up because that was one of those things where I was kind of hoping it would happen before I made the Bears video, but it didn't, as the Lions score a touchdown here. And let's see, the Bengals, who else did they sign? I can't remember. They didn't sign too many players. I mean, they already have a pretty good team, so they don't need, to make any huge swings or anything like that. They've got their QB of the future. They've got their wide receiver of the future. And if they fix their offensive line and don't lose too much on their defense, they should be fine to go. And I think they will be. I think they could have done it last year. They were having a little bit of an issue with consistency last year, but when they were rolling, they were rolling. They had a stretch where Joe Burrow was just playing out of his mind, and then he unfortunately had that injury to his hand on the sideline, and that was just a huge blow to the Bengals. So hopefully next year that doesn't happen, because that would be devastating for it to happen 2 years in a row. But yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about with this team besides, the things I already said. And I mean, it's not like the Bears. The Bears, there's a lot of shit to talk about because it was my first Madden video and there was a lot of free agency I had to catch up on. In this video, I'm just I could focus a little more on the game of Madden that I'm playing if I wanted to. So maybe we'll do just that, unless I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something big here. Oh, there's a pick there. So Joe Burrow missing his wide receiver. Let's see, who else did they sign? I cannot think of them. I feel like they had to have signed someone else, and I cannot think of their name. Oh man, I hate this. Happened in the last video too. I gotta do some better research before these videos so that doesn't happen. Is Jameson Williams, that pass got batted, but he still could have caught it. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it. I think I covered most of the important stuff. They don't have any, pressing needs at the moment besides offensive line. They already addressed it pretty much. They might draft an offensive lineman in the draft or something like that. I mean, they have a way higher pick than they usually would just because, they did bad this year, worse than they usually do because of the injury. So they probably could get better than they usually could if they would have done good. That's the one good thing about not doing good is because if you are a good team like the Bengals and you have a bad season, you kind of get the benefit of the doubt in a certain aspects because your schedule's going to be easier, your draft pick's going to be nicer, and I mean that's going to be really beneficial for them at the start of next season. So we'll see how they bounce back. I know it was definitely not the end Bengals fans wanted or anything like that. They obviously want a Super Bowl victory, which they probably will get in the near future. I mean, if you have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on your team, those guys can do a lot. And if you can keep your defense from being complete dog shit, you're set in sales. I guess you just also have to worry about Zach Taylor too. As long as he doesn't become a horrible head coach or something like that, they should be fine to go. I mean, their Bengals are probably in one of the best situations possible out of all the teams I'm going to talk about. Maybe not best possible because they have to worry about paying Jamar Chase the money, and that's going to be a nice pocket of change for him. But, I mean, other than that, I think they should be fine. I mean, they don't have, a bunch of pressing needs like a lot of other teams do. So, yeah, I kind of said all the things I wanted to say about the Bengals, so I guess we can focus on this game solely. First down and 10, Joe Mixon's going to run for about 6 yards, actually. It'll be second down and 4. Handoff again. And this time he gets down to the 1, but it is 3rd and inches. We'll see what they do here, as it's already the 4th quarter. Jeez, I've not been talking a lot in Madden. As T. Higgins gets the touchdown here, as that's a concern. I mean, I guess keeping T. Higgins, that's a big concern. Probably their main concern right now. He did request a trade, but I'm pretty sure it's too late for them to even trade him if they wanted to. So, unless they do it during the draft or something like that, I honestly don't really know how that works. But, I mean, I'm sure something will happen as soon as I upload this video, because that's my luck when it comes to talking about this. Alright, first down and 10, Jared Goff's going to throw a short pass to Jahmyr Gibbs for an 8-yard gain, as the Lions have to kind of run some hurry up here. They're down by 14 with a little over 3 minutes left in the game, as Jared Goff overthrowing his target, Sam Laporta, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. Jared Goff going to throw a short pass to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's really good at those short passes, but that's not going to get the job done when it comes down to it, as he can keep doing it, but we're obviously fine with that because it's going to burn more clock and it's not a whole lot of yardage. First down and 10 at the Bengals 40. Jared Goff going to throw again to Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a little better. I mean, a little better for them. For us, obviously, it's a little worse. And they're not running hurry up for some reason, so they're kind of just taking their time. As first down and 10, Jared Goff going deep to Josh Reynolds, but it's picked off. And that's going to do it for this game. I mean, this game's basically already over, as we're up by 14 with a little over 2 minutes. I mean, yeah, this guy's going to rage quit. And we only have 10 minutes on this video, so we're going to go ahead, play another game, see if I can come up with some other news about the Bengals that I'm forgetting about. Our next opponent is going to be against the Dallas Cowboys, as we will kick off to them and see what happens. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, Kenny Pickett, he got traded to the Eagles. I guess that's a piece of news that is new since I made the last video. What else happened? Oh yeah, the quarterback that signed with the Titans that I couldn't remember in the last video, that was Mason Rudolph. So he's on the Titans now. Let's see what else happened. I think those are all the big things. I can't think of anything else major that happened that I didn't already talk about. As we'll, I guess, steer back to the game. It is kind of weird trying to talk about both things at the same time, but I think I've covered about everything I can for the Bengals, as we'll just talk about Madden now, I suppose. First down and 10, Tony Pollard's going to run for about 7 yards for his former team. Second down and 3, he's going to take it again. It'll be third down and inches at the 16-yard line. Dak is back to pass, going to throw a pass caught by CeeDee Lamb. And this is going to be down at the 2. And let's see, first down and goal. They'll hand off to their fullback, and he will get in for an easy touchdown, as the Bengals didn't care to play any run defense there. As I don't know if that's a concern for the Bengals. I would think not, just because they have Trey Hendrickson, and their defense is pretty good. So if you're a Bengals fan, maybe you think different. But, I mean, yeah, that's, I guess, all I can say, because Madden's weird, so they probably can't have that great of a representation of what their run defense is really like, because Madden isn't exactly what I would like to call an A-plus perfect game, and that's putting it lightly, as T. Higgins is going to catch this pass, which is not a light task. Maybe for him it is. As first down and 10, we go deep to Jamar Chase, and he's going to go up to the 25-yard line of the Cowboys, as the Bengals probably need to score here, because my defense is very iffy, especially if we can't score on offense. His pass is caught by Jamar Chase in the end zone for a touchdown. And let's see. Yeah, we scored. It's now 7-7, and the Cowboys have the ball back. They'll hand Pollard again, and he will go nowhere. He gets about 2 yards, but that's it. As now it's second down and 8. Dak Prescott is back to pass. Pass is caught by CeeDee Lamb, as he kind of just throws a bullet in there that the Bengals couldn't locate in time. As it'll be first down and 10 at their own 44. Pass is dropped by Tony Pollard, as this will be second down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Hand off to Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's going to try and get some room, but the Bengals are doing a pretty good job of stopping him, as it'll be third down and 10 at the 44. Dak is going to throw to Tony Pollard, who gets something, but it's not going to be quite enough for a first down, as it looks like the Cowboys are going to line up to go for it, as pass is caught by Michael Gallup. And I guess that is one thing. I guess Michael Gallup's not on the Cowboys anymore. At least he won't be. I heard them talking about how they're going to release him. So I guess that's one thing. I know the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys center got released too. So I guess there's players on the Cowboys that got released. Maybe we could mention them. It's just like there's a bunch of them that I can't remember, because some of them aren't as important as others, as this pass is knocked down by Chidobe Awuzie, as I would have liked him to pick that off, but he can do whatever he wants, I suppose. Fourth down and 6, they're going to go for it again, as Jake Ferguson's going to make this catch. As if there's one thing we're doing in this game that is not very good, it's our fourth down defense. First down and 10, Dak's going to try and do a screen pass, but he cannot get it to his running back in time, as he gets nearly sacked, but he does get the ball away in time to avoid that. Second down and 10. Pass is caught by Michael Gallup for a near 10-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and inches at the 14. Dak is back to pass wide open as Tony Pollard, as the Bengals did not play good defense on that play. As the Cowboys will be up by, what's the score? Yeah, I think they'll be up by 7. Yeah, that's right. I forgot the score for a second. I don't know why. As this is going to be caught by our tight end, Drew Sample. And, for all I know, he could no longer be on the team. I don't really follow NFL, as close as I used to. As Jamar Chase, man, he just dropped an easy pass. I'm not going to know every single signing, But now it's 2nd and 10. Joe Burrow trying to throw the ball away, but Cowboys are proving the Bengals, if there's one weakness I know they have, the Cowboys are exposing it, and it's their offensive line. And just good thing they have Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow has a good release, and I guess when you have a good release, you can kind of get away with it. But Micah Parsons says the hell you will, as he just runs all over the Bengals offensive line, as no one cares to even try to block him. As thankfully we have Jamar Chase able to get it separation in quick enough time to get the 1st down before Joe Burrow gets destroyed. As Joe Burrow's going to run, he's not much of a runner, but he can when he needs to, as it's 1st down and goal at the 1. We'll see what the Bengals do here. They'll hand off to Joe Mixon. As he gets stopped, the Bengals don't have timeouts. We'll see what they do here. As clock is running down, Joe Burrow's running out to the right. He's going to throw, and it's picked by Leighton Vander Esch. And actually, he's no longer on the Cowboys either. He retired. I think he had a career-ending injury last season. So I guess that's one guy. Stephon Gilmore, too. He's on this Cowboys roster. He's no longer on the Cowboys. He got signed the offseason prior as, oh my gosh, T. Higgins, good catch. Don't know why Micah Parsons was that far back into coverage, but I guess we were able to take advantage of it. 1st down and 10, Joe Burrow's going to run, shaking off a tackle and getting the 1st down and just going down before taking a big hit that could result in some chaos. 1st down and 10, Joe Mixon. Man, we're having a hard time running the ball, which I guess makes sense. The Cowboys have a really good defensive line with that guy by the name of Micah Parsons, who I'm sure most of you know who that is. He's pretty good. And he's really annoying to play against because he is really fast and can do just about anything, as the Bengals can do just about anything but play offense at the red zone right now. 4th down and 2, they're going for it. Pass is caught by Tyler Boyd, and that was a good throw by Joe Burrow. It wasn't a hard throw or anything like that, but Micah Parsons was all up in his face, and he just threw a laser like he wasn't even there. Bengals are going to go for 2. Joe Burrow rolling out to the right. He's going to throw. Pass is caught by Drew Sample. And just like that, the Bengals are up by 1 point. As this game is actually pretty entertaining. We'll see how it ends. As Jermaine Pratt actually getting a pick there on Dak Prescott, as he read that play like a book. As it looks like Dak was doing his one read thing, where you do one read and you just focus solely on that read. And obviously, if the defender figures that out, you're kind of fucked. As Jamar Chase scores a touchdown, another one, I think he's having a good game. He has at least 2, maybe 3, I can't remember. No, he has 2 because the other one was, oh, damn, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm losing my memory already. I'm only 19 years old. I shouldn't be doing this. But anyway, we'll get back to the game. Who cares how many touchdowns he has? We're up by 8. That's what I care about. 1st down and 10 at the 50-yard line. Dak's going to pitch a pass to Tony Pollard. It looked kind of like a backward pass, but it works for a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at the 45 of the Bengals. Cowboys probably need a touchdown here. They don't necessarily need one, but it would really help them out if they did. Because if they don't get one, they basically have to get a stop on defense. So it would help their defense out a lot if they could, score here. As it looks like they're doing a good job of pushing the ball down the field, as they're about to be in the red zone, as CeeDee Lamb makes another catch. We're having some trouble with him, which we seem to always do. When we played our last video, we played against the Cowboys with the Bears. Yeah, we can't stop them. I mean, some of these receivers are just so fast and good at route running, and CeeDee Lamb is just one of those guys. And this is picked off. Oh my gosh, Dak, what are you doing? That was worst throw ever. We're going to get our second pick of the game, I'm pretty sure. I think we have 2. And we'll try and either milk clock or get another touchdown or something like that, as this pass is caught by our backup tight end, so he's getting some action. As right now, if we can get into field goal range and kick a field goal, we'll be up by 2 scores, and we'll be sitting pretty for a win here, but we'll see if they can get into the field goal range anyway, just because if there's one thing that this team has been iffy about in this game, it's offense consistency. As 3rd and 1, we hand off to Joe Mixon, but he gets stopped. Leighton Vander Esch is able to make us tackle, and we are in field goal range, but we're going to go ballsy and go for it. 4th down and 1, we throw to Joe Mixon, but it's dropped. Not that he would have gotten it anyway if he caught it. He was way behind the line. But yeah, that was a risky decision that did not pay off for the Bengals, as now the Cowboys have the ball again, down by 8, with an opportunity to tie this game up if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 2nd down and 7, passes caught by CeeDee Lamb, who has just been having his way with this Bengals defense, as we'll see if our defense can rise to the occasion, as they've done a pretty good job so far. But I mean, if there's one thing you can never count on in Madden, it's defense being clutch. That almost never happens. As CeeDee Lamb is basically reinforcing my point, getting a long touchdown there. And just like that, if the Cowboys can get this 2-point conversion, it'll be a tie game. And if they can, that would really put some pressure on the Bengals. We're going to try and stop this. We'll see if our defense can at least stop this, as Dak's going to throw as... Okay, Bengals, you got extremely lucky there. CeeDee Lamb was wide open per usual, and Dak just missed him, as we get a pass to Jamar Chase. Man, that guy got robbed. I'm not going to lie. He had him wide open. I don't know how he missed. I don't know how Dak missed that throw. That was like one of the easiest throws you could ask for, as it's 2nd down and 13. And right now, if we get a 1st down, we can end this game, as Joe Burrow's going to roll out, going to throw passes caught by Drew Sample. And just like that, the Bengals have done enough to ice the game and escape with the win, 22-20. That was a bit of a sketchy win, considering that we almost gave up a 2-point conversion, and our offense definitely left a lot to be desired. But a win's a win, and I got to talk about the Bengals, so successful video, I suppose. Our next Madden video, we're going to be playing as the Bills. We're just going in alphabetical order by team name. And we'll talk about how they had to get rid of a bunch of their defensive players, because if any team's having a bad offseason, they are, because they had to get rid of a bunch of their players. But I'll go ahead and save that for the next video, so I don't, overuse some things I say like I tend to do. We won both our games with the Bengals. They're a fun team to use. A lot more fun than the Bears. Sorry, Bears fans, but I hate using the Bears. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching this video if you somehow made it this far, and I will see you next time with the Buffalo Bills.